are listening to BBC Introducing in Manchester. Hello, I'm Sam Walker. Great to have you along. We're here every single Sunday night, of course, from 10 o'clock with 3 hours of amazing new music being made right here where you live. So it's time now to catch up with Manchester's newest record label, plus a couple of the musicians who are signed and are the first releases of said record label. So first up, please say hello from Gulf Records to Rob Gregg. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you. So, Rob, you founded this a year or so ago now, Gulf Records, with someone else. Talk me through the founding of Gulf Records then.
Okay, well, it's me and my friend Daniel, who's currently living off in Dubai, and basically we went to school together. And we sort of grew up, like, forcing Aphex Twin and, like, Jungle on each other. And just being like, right, this is a new awesome electronic music, listen to this right now.
You were the kids in the corner playing Aphex Twin.
Yeah, we were.
While the girls were looking frightened whilst playing Take That.
Yeah, we were the weird ones, I think. And I've been making music for about 10, 12 years now. And over that time, Foggers, basically, Daniel, has been constantly talking about putting out starting a label to put out some of my music. And basically, with him moving out to Dubai, he was like, right, well, this is a good way for us to, you know, sort of keep regularly in contact and sort of actually sort of do something productive and something we've been talking about for years. And basically, we just sort of think music's really exciting right now, particularly electronic music, which is mostly what we're going to be releasing, I think.
Yeah.
Seems like there's, you know, an amazing new subgenre every day. And we just kind of, there's a lot of great music around. We want people to hear it, and we are kind of vinyl addicts. So,
because you know, you could say, well, yeah, it is an exciting time for electronic music, and I think especially over the last sort of 12 months, particularly, so many new acts and bands have come forward that have made you suddenly go, "Wow, dance music really is going through." For want of a better, you know, dance music, electronic music is going through this kind of revival. There are labels out there are avenues out there that you can go down, but you aren't just going, let's just put some electronica out. How would you describe the sort of music that you are interested in putting out at Gulf Records?
Well, but we've got a few things. We want stuff that we've never heard before, stuff like kind of, this is really exciting, stuff that really does it for us, basically. And kind of bands who've got a bit of a kind of idea behind them, like, you know, Kites are doing this sort of amazing kind of bassy trip-hoppy stuff, but like with their own amazing twist on it. And Borland, which is my band, we're doing like, I've got no idea what we're doing. So it's stuff that people are doing. It doesn't necessarily need to be like, you know, completely weird and out there. We're fine with stuff that's really, you know, accessible. It just needs to be exciting, and there's got to be something about it that's a bit different. Really, that's what you've got to do to be on Gulf, I think. You've
just referred to Kites, of course. Kites of San Quentin, who Alison and Luke are here. Hello, evening as well.
Hello.
So you are one of the two bands, Borland being the other, who are the first releases on Gulf Records. Yeah. Which is quite exciting, actually. A GR001 is your release. What made you, as a band, want to get involved then with Gulf Records?
Well, the fact it was going to be a vinyl release was pretty amazing, really. The chance to have our music on vinyl for the very first time.
Actual record.
Yeah, is amazing.
And Borland as well, just sort of mutual respect for like their music. And
we've been playing with Borland around Manchester for a bit and known the guys for a while, so it just seemed to work, really. And they asked us, and we said yes.
The first people who came to mind, really. It's all right, we know these guys, they make great music.
Out of slightly muted self-adoration, you're like, you kind of just came to mind. When obviously it's a perfect match. What made you then, Rob, decide to put a double A side with two different bands out as your first release? Because you could have just gone, right, well, hey, look, I'm in Borland, I run the label, I'm just going to do my own thing. Or, actually, I love what Kites of San Quentin are doing, I'm just going to put them out as the first one. What made you go double whammy for your first release?
Well, I think it's sort of what Luke said, really. We've worked together a lot. Like, we run a night in Manchester called This City Is Ours, just like once a month. We've played at gigs they put on a few times, and, you know, we sort of know each other and are mates. And it's just like, right, well, we're starting something new here. Let's kind of start with a bit of a bang. And
I think when you hear sort of like a song that you like, we kind of always thought, oh, I wonder. You always want to sort of take it yourself and see if you can do anything different to it, and rather than coming up with two kite songs and two ball-on songs, we thought it'd be really interesting just to flip it and see, and they've come out
I think it's
completely
quite amazingly, I much prefer your version.
Yeah, I think I prefer your version of ours.
Well, this is a kind of little extra added value for money as well that you get, because you're not just getting two tunes. As you said, Alison, you've each remixed each other's tune as well.
Yeah.
And remixing is actually quite a major part of what you do as Kites as well, don't you? Because you aren't a band who just releases your own stuff. You do, remixing is a really big part of it. You've done quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, quite a few things.
Badly Drawn Boy asked us to do a remix on the album that he'd just released, and we did the 808 State one for you guys.
Yeah, which is amazing.
That's kind of, it kicked it off really. Lots of people have been asking, and it's just time, really. If we've got time to do it, then we'll do it. And
more than happy to do it. Just sometimes you find yourself like remixing other people's songs first.
Yeah,
I'll be calling you up on that, I think.
What's the future hold then for Golf? I mean, this is release number 1. I know it seems a bit disingenuous to start talking about the future when you've only just launched, but what are your plans? Are you looking to put more bands on your roster? Are you what's to do?
Well, we've got more vinyl is definitely coming. But I think there's going to be a couple of digital releases before that, probably. Possibly some of my own stuff, but I kind of think I want to not just release my own music. So there's a few artists we're talking to. I'm not going to name any names, but it's quite exciting, a couple of them. One guy in particular I'm really excited about, and he's pretty much said he's totally on board, but I'm not naming any names quite yet, but that's probably going to be.
Is it one half of Jedward?
It is. Yeah, it's Jedward. But I think we're going to put out a vinyl for him, a record for him. It's probably going to be about, well, from how long it took to do this one, it's probably going to be about 8 years. But yeah, that's the plan. I think a couple of digital releases coming up. We've got one guy we're looking at who does this amazing like crystalline drone stuff, which is absolutely beautiful. It's completely different from what we've got on the first release, and a couple of other things. That's
so if people come along to this City Is Ours, your monthly night, they might have a few clues who you might be working with.
Yeah, I've already played one track by the guy who's probably going to be the next release at the City Is Ours.
Rack your brains, see if you can work it out. And guys, you have got a really busy next couple of months coming up, because you're playing loads of festivals.
Got friends of mine in, where's that, Cape Thorne Hall.
It's going to be fantastic. The lineup is just ridiculous. We're going to be here live over 3 nights, of course, here on BBC Radio Manchester at Friends of Mine Festival as well, so I'm sure we'll see you again then anyway.
Yeah. Have a beer.
We're actually doing This City Is Ours at Friends of Mine as well, so we're playing on the Friday and DJing on the Saturday. Good.
Oh, we got a tent. I heard we had a tent.
I think there is a tent, yeah.
There better be a tent now. Alison's expecting a tent.
There's no tent, I'm not good. And then Soundwave, haven't we, in Croatia, which is like with Roots Maneuver. And
yeah, should be an amazing.
Which is a friend of mine's favourite new festival. They're kind of obsessed with it now.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And also Sounds from the Other City you're involved with, aren't you?
On the 1st of May. That's on the Mind on Fire stage, so with another good band from Liverpool called Capac that we've played with a few times.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That'll be a good day, I think.
Yeah. And we've got Japanchester, haven't we?
Yeah, a fundraiser for Japan that another great Manchester band, Trojan Horse, have organised.
At the Ruby Lounge, isn't it?
Ruby
next
Lounge,
week. Yeah.
On the 14th of April, I think.
That's
next Thursday.
Got, a day for airstrikes with the other half of Borland, Ian Breen playing. So.
Oh, it's so incestuous in the best possible way, isn't it? Best way.
In some way.
Well, look, we're going to play the Borland tune for you this time next week. You can hear Clockman next week here on BBC Introducing Manchester. But let's then hear one of my favourite title songs, I think, from the Kites of San Quentin. This is Chet Beaverbrook. Good to see you. Thanks.
Thank you.